Hello, you're welcome to class today, A513, and today we are still continuing on our course, Technology, Social Change and Agricultural Development. But today we'll be focusing on technology and social change as a topic. In our classes in time past, we have looked at technology separately and social change separately. But today our focus will be to look at how technology affects social change. Now, in doing this, we are going to look at the following things. First, we are going to look at uh, overview. We're going to overview the influence of technology on social change. We're going to look at Ogbon's theory of technology on social change. Then we'll quickly look at typical examples of technology, its effects on social change, and of course, look at the resistance that has come up as a result of these changes. And that's why I said resistance to technology changes. In this short class, I just want you to concentrate and get the meaning out of it. And of course, there's going to be materials online for you to go through, PDF files and online resources that you'll be linked to from the website, so you could read more and get a good view of a good understanding of the course. But I'll give the basics of the direction of this course. And so I'll start quickly with the first objective, that is the overview of the influence of technology on social change. And I'll quickly say some things. And technology, we have described both. We have looked at technology, indigenous technology, and the rest. And what we did say was that technology is the application of scientific knowledge to solve the problem of the people. Now, is indigenous if it's by the people in the locality to solve their own specific problem. Then it's foreign or otherwise modern or other things if it's coming from other places. But the main thing is that it is being solved, it is being brought about by the people in a particular area, in a particular social system. So it's a product of the elements of culture, and as a result, since it emanates from the social system, from people, then that means that it will affect the way of living of the people. And remember, we talked of social change, that social change occurs in a social system. So if technology is also coming out of the social system, then that means it will affect social change. It will bring about social change rather. And how can this be? Technology does this by facilitating the activities of people, especially productive ones, and increases them in either their money, their income, or efficiency, and many other things that make them status and have new roles. For example, very quick one is the computer that came in. And in the emergence of computer came a lot of things. People lost their job, others got jobs, you know. And those who moved with technology changed roles. For example, a typist who was a typewriter user, became a computer operator, and not only in typing alone, but in using the other functions of the computer. And most of the people that were typists before became computer operators, having personal business centers where they were making money differently. Then a lot of people branched into having cyber cafes and other things like that, desktop publishing, Adobe, Photoshop, and many other things that people have been able to use because of the emergence of computer. And it has improved the income of these persons, and therefore with income change comes status change, and their roles of course change, affects them and their family, the way of life with them living in a particular community where there was nothing like anything of technology. When technology has come into place, the place becomes a business centered place, unlike what it used to be, maybe just people sell foods and other things. But with the emergence of computers, you start seeing photocopying centers, business centers, cyber cafes, and before we know it, we're talking of bigger things. So that's how much technology has affected, our own social system as we see it, bringing about social change. That's the way of interaction of the people, changing over time. Another good example is the phone. The mobile phone has really changed, and and people have tapped into it to become better in their production. Just set of those who started making calls and collecting 20 naira or something, I can't remember now, to make calls per minute, and others become business vendors, phone vendors, But now is the using of phone has now gone, so wide that it's now a matter of applications now. People are now selling applications, sophisticated mobile phones now. That's where the money is coming in, and internet services on such mobile phones. So it has changed the way in which we interact and we see things and do business. People do online transactions now with their phones. People do a lot of things with their phones. They can do video and editing and many things. So that's just an overview of the simplest um, things we can point to that technology has done. It is not mentioning the farm technologies, the typewriter, no, not the typewriter now. Those become sophisticated, the families and all that, changing we do things, industries becoming faster and quicker and more efficient in the packaging system and other things. So it's a whole lot. Technology has really influenced turning urban societies to be industrialized, turning rural to be urban, and all that. So that's just an overview of what technology has done, its effects on the social system, bringing about social change. So I'll quickly move on. And like I said, higher status and people perform higher roles engaging tools of technology. Now, in studying technology, the effects of technology on social change, we look at Auburn's theory. Auburn's theory is a theory that identifies technology as the fundamental driver of social change. Now, let's remember, social change is not just being triggered by technology. There are many things that causes social change. Politics can cause social change. A disaster, natural disaster can cause social change. If there's a flood now that sweeps, or like the tsunami flood, it really changed a lot of things in that country, in that environment, and other things, hailstone, earthquakes, and all that, bomb blast, and all those things. They bring about social change, and other things in terms of policies, policies and some human movements and all that. They bring about social movements. When people come together and they want to change, they want this, they want that. So other things bring about social change. But Ogborn is saying that technology is the fundamental driver of social change, because as technology improves, people change quickly. The way we were before the year 2000 with the explosion of the computer is quite different from the way we are now, as in we have changed as a result of the technologies that have been handed over to us. Children now can now operate their father's laptop and they even know password, they know all these things that children of days before would never know. So a lot of things have changed as a result of technology. And we talked about all this in our normal classes, but what Ogborn is saying now is that technology is the fundamental driver of such. And he said that there are three processes in which technology does this. The first process, he says, is invention. The second is discovery, while the third is diffusion. And we'll be looking at these three processes in quick succession. The first is invention. Now, invention has to do with the making of something that was not present. Invention, like the fan, the helicopter, the planter that plants on the farm, the ridger, the simple poundo yam, and many other things. The lipstick thing and all those many fashion things, all those things are invented things. And according to Ogborn's story, there are two types of invention. We have the material invention, that's the computers, implements, and like the things I mentioned just now. And also we have the social invention, which can be in terms of process, like capitalism, bureaucracy. It can also be the process in which farm is being done, a system of change. For example, people were doing fallow farming before. Just fallow. When you farm here, you don't farm again. You go to another place for another 7 years and all that. But with the change of with urbanization and land being in demand now, people have now quit from fallow farming into other forms of farming like mono, rotation, and other things. Those are inventions that came up, as a result of need. So, and social inventions have a greater impact on people because it affects the people itself, the way of manner in which things are being done. So the second is discovery. Discovery means that it's already there, but it's being found out. So like electricity was discovered, it wasn't invented. it was discovered, and when it was discovered, of course, it changed the way in which things are being done, which is very evident to us. We can even experience it in Nigeria, where sometimes they take light and one is handicapped from doing anything. Businesses can close down because there's no light. So it tells us how much such a discovery can change the way of life of people and interactions therein. And the final one is diffusion. Diffusion has to do with this spread of invention, or discovery, either something that's been invented or something that's been discovered from one part to another. Diffusion in the common science term is the dispersion of concentration of a substance, particles or anything from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. So it moves in the same way when it comes to technology, because wherever technology is being discovered or is being invented, such technology has to move to places where it is needed, and this is the core work, that's the core concern of extension. Extension services is to diffuse technology, to bring technology from where it has been made to people that need them wherever they are. That is the core of extension. And according to Ogbon's theory, saying contact between cultures is the source of diffusion. Contact between people, human beings, merchants that move from places and places. When people meet, culture meets. When an American meets an African, culture meets, and then things change. We learned a lot of things from the white people, and those things are the things that have made us to behave and live the way we are living now. It's because of contact with them. So called contact between cultures, which are represented by people, is what has really brought about diffusion. And according to Ogbon, he is saying that diffusion is the major process of social change, and because it can have reaching effects on human relationship. And human relationship is very important. So that's Ogbon's theory. So quickly we'll look at our next objective. That's to look at just some examples on technology of social change. And one of the common examples is what I mentioned before, that is computer technology. And the computer technology, as we know, the effect on social change cannot be overemphasized, as it is something we can't do without. It's something we cannot close our eyes to, because it's very evident, with us right now. Everybody, one way or the other, wants to be acquainted with the computer technology for his own good or our own good, because without the computer we can hardly do something these days. And it's coming to a time where if the computer might just be everything and everything, it's already becoming that already. But some persons are still doing without some certain computer technology. But the extent to which computers really change our lifestyle is quite profound. And so I encourage us to, of course, we talked about a lot of computer and all that in our classes, but read more on this. Also, the next is internet. The internet is close to the computer. Some people even